Welcome to this 20-minute daily flow. This is a flow that you can do every day, and it will really help to boost your energy and to help you to be stronger, more flexible, and just more able to move freely throughout your day. So we're going to start from top to toes, and we'll start with our breath. So close your eyes, turn inward to feel the rise inside your body on the inhale and the floating downward on the exhale. And we'll start with a pranayama practice called box breathing. So the breath has 4 parts, 4 sides. The inhale, the space between the inhale and the exhale, and the space between the exhale and the inhale. And with box breathing, we're trying to create evenness between all those sides, all those parts of our breath. And so we'll start together and do 2 rounds of breathing into the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, breathing out for the count of 4, and holding for the count of 4. And you can do 2 more rounds on your own. You can increase the count if you would like. And let's start together by exhaling. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Do 2 more rounds on your own, counting to yourself, choosing whatever count feels right for you. And when you've finished your 2 rounds, breathe normally, naturally, without counting or trying to control your breath in any way. Notice how you feel now after focusing on the breath and creating an evenness between the inhale and the exhale, with a little pause in between. And you can open your eyes or close them, but just let your body arch forward and round back. So starting with some gentle cat-cows. Really trying to let your shoulders round forward on the exhale and pull back and open on the inhale. The spine is so important to have flexibility and strength supporting the spine. And we need to be able to move. The spine has 29 vertebrae, plus our sacrum, which is 5 fused vertebrae, and our tailbone, which is 4 fused vertebrae. So that means a lot of room to move. Now come back to neutral and lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. At the same time, puff up through your left side. Place your right hand kind of a little bit back on the corner, left corner of your head, and push your head up and back into your hand. Reach your left arm out to the side and begin to internally and externally rotate your shoulder. Keep pressing your head up into your hand. So your hand is not pulling your head down, but you're lifting up into your hand. And release your hand, let your head float back up, and float your head over to the left. Placing your left hand on the back corner, right hand corner of your head. Push your head up into your hand, extend your right arm out to the side. And you can decide what height you want your arm, either closer to the floor or higher up. And just internally and externally rotate. Release your hand, let your head float up naturally, and interlace your fingers on the back of your head. Draw your elbows in, round your spine, and let your chin lower towards your chest. At the same time, push your head up into your hands. Breathe here softly, slowly, fully. And the more you push your head up into your hands, notice how the stretch spreads across your whole back. Release your hands. Let your head just float up. And just roll out the shoulders. Both directions. And place your fingers on your shoulders and start to move your elbow forward and then back, alternating elbows. So it's like you were doing a backstroke if you're a swimmer, except that your arms are short. You're leading from your elbows rather than your hands. Just let your torso rotate with the movement of your shoulders. And reverse the direction of your circles. Just come back to center. Cactus your arms, spread your fingers out nice and wide. Take a big inhale here, and exhale, make fists with your hands and curl in, bringing their forms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And just go back and forth a few more times, feeling that inner expansion on your inhale and that releasing and letting go and contraction on the exhale. One more round. Good. And then rest your hands on your knees. Take a breath here and interlace your fingers. Rotate your palms forward. Reach back and start to lift up like you're trying to touch the sky with the palm of your hands. Pull the low ribs in. And the higher you reach, the closer your arms will end up by your shoulders. And release your hands, flex the wrists. Slowly lower down. Now interlace your fingers again and bring the heels of your hands together. And leading from the right wrist, pull the right wrist up. Open up the fingers so your wrists are at like 90 degrees. And then lower the heel of the hand back down, lift the left wrist up. And just do that a couple more times. So you get the feeling of moving the wrist up and straightening out the fingers. And now we'll do some wrist waves. So starting from your right elbow, lift up and ripple across. See if you can get that movement in your wrists. It's a fun way to stretch out the fingers and the wrists. And now we'll start from the left side. So lifting the left elbow up, ripple across to the right. And then come back to center, and let's come onto our hands and knees and tabletop. Grip the mat with your fingers and just start to move your body spontaneously, any way that feels good. And come back to a neutral spine, lifting the low ribs up instead of sagging. And just begin to do some pelvic tilts. So not big movements, but just feeling the pelvis lift, anterior tilt, and lower posterior tilt. Then keep your pelvis neutral still with your elbows straight. Lower your chest toward the floor and push it away. Just lift and lower. Keeping your hands active. Feeling that nice flossing of the shoulders. And come down onto your forearms. Walk your feet back, coming into forearm plank. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Push out through your heels and reach forward through the crown of your head. Push down into your hands. Hug your arms in towards each other. Hug your legs in towards each other. If you want, you could rock a little bit forward and back, pressing off your toes. See if you can relax your neck, your face. Even though this is pretty hard, it's a great way to build up some strength want to be sagging with your butt lifted. You want to keep a nice, long, straight back. Breathe here. Nice, full, even, slow breaths through your nose. Couple more breaths here. And lower your hips down. Point your toes, slide your hands back, press the top of your feet into the floor and rise up to your cobra. Open up here. Lead with your heart as you lower forward. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, extend to lower. Again, inhale, curl up. Exhale, extend to lower. Tuck your toes, press up and back. Downward facing dog. Give yourself a nice long stretch, bend your knees, then reach back through your heels, lift up through your armpits. Grip with your finger pads and feel your weight move back towards your feet. Come up onto your tiptoes, walk your feet forward. Lower the heels down. So if you can just lift your big toes up. So keep the other 4 toes down, lifting the big toes up. And then lower the big toes down, lifting the other 4 toes up. You might not be able to do this if this is your first time. It might come easily to you. So just go back and forth a couple of times. Lift all the toes up, spread them apart as wide as possible, and lower them down, keeping the space. Rotate to the outside edges of your feet, so you're inverting your ankles, and then roll to the inner edge of the feet, so you're everting your ankles. And just rock from side to side. Come back to center, lift your heels up, using your calves, engaging the calves, and then lower the heels down, lift the front of your foot up. And just rock back and forth, lifting the heels, lifting the whole front of your foot. You should feel your tibialis anterior muscles, the muscles on the front of your shins, working when you try and pull those toes back. So it's not just leaning back, it's leaning forward a little bit, but pulling the toes up. And spread the toes as you lower down. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, and press your palms toward the sky. Draw your low ribs in and tailbone down. Reach over to the right, pressing into your left foot. Inhale back to center. Press into your right foot as you reach over to the left. Nice. Inhale back to center. Release your arms down by your sides. Gently roll out the shoulders. And place a soft bend in your knees. Tuck the tailbone a little bit. We're just going to move the shoulders, the arms back and forth. A nice swinging motion. Getting our lymphatic system moving and getting some nice motion in the shoulders. And then just let everything relax. Find your Tadasana mountain pose, evenly weighting through the tripod of your foot. Roll the shoulders open, draw the tailbone down, lift the crown of your head up. Keep that as you inhale, lift your heels, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower down slowly, coming into a forward fold. Place your hands down, step back into plank. Squeeze your legs together, grip with the hands, keeping the shoulders lifting, start to lower down slowly. Point your toes, inhale, curl up into your cobra. Exhale, lower down, slide your forearms forward, coming into Sphinx pose. And wiggle your feet back away from your shoulders as much as you can. Turn and look over your left shoulder, bend your left knee, squeeze your heel in towards your hip, and reach back for your foot. You could even stretch out the top of your toes if you want, and just gently rock a little bit from side to side. Release your left foot, bend the right foot, squeeze your heel towards your hip, activating your hamstrings, and then turn, look back, find your foot. Draw your foot in a little closer towards your hip, and you can release and engage. You can do a little rocking motion. You can stretch out the toes. Nice, release your foot. Bring your hands back by your sides. Curl up into your cobra one more time. Open up. And then exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's move around here. Bending your knees, stretching out your back. Maybe little pelvic tilts. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up toward the sky. We're going to come into a lunge with the right leg forward. So however you want to bring your leg forward. Then hug your knee into your chest, step your foot forward. Rotate the back heel down and in. Warrior one, rise up. Root down through your back heel, press forward through your front knee. Lift up through your chest, through your heart. And lift the back heel up, open up, warrior two. Extend out through your arms. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior two, swing the back arm forward, coming into crescent lunge. And then shift your weight forward, coming into warrior three. Bend your front knee, pull your knee up into your chest as you reach your arms up. Open up the hips, rotating your left knee out to the left, tuck the tailbone, draw the lobes in, energy up and down, both directions, rooting to the ground, rising to the sky. Release your foot, lower your hands back down, keep your left leg lifting. For standing splits, maybe walk your hands back a little bit if that's available to you. Reach your leg back, step back, down dog. Take a moment to stretch it out, move around, enjoy. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up. Squeeze your knee into your chest, keep lifting your knee as you shift your weight forward. Warrior one, rise up. Again, it's that tension between the back heel rooting down and the front knee reaching forward that can bring you this amazing calf stretch and big opening through your whole front body. And lift the back heel up, spin the foot open, coming into warrior two. Reach back, reverse your warrior. Come back through warrior two, swing the right arm forward, back arm forward, rise up. Crescent lunge, back heel is lifting this time. And then shift your weight forward, floating your right foot off the ground, coming into warrior three. Really extend through that top leg. Bend your knee as you reach your arms up, pull your knee up. Externally rotate that right hip, place your foot on your inner thigh. Tailbone down. And release your foot as you come into a standing split. Nice, step back into your downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward and come on into a squat. Bring your elbows to your inner knees. Press the elbows out as you squeeze the knees in so that you get a natural lengthening through your spine. Stay here for a few breaths. And if you want, you could rock forward, lifting up onto your toes and lower the heels down. Just go back and forth. Now, see if you can lower down as slowly as you can. Bring your hips to the floor, bring your hands behind your legs and lift your legs up with your knees bent. Or you could straighten your legs, or you could release your arms, or coming into Navasana boat pose. Really pull your legs towards your chest and lift up. And so just slowly lower down, floating down onto your back. When your shoulders touch, hug your knees into your chest. And holding one knee in each hand, begin to circle around. So you're giving yourself a little self-massage. Reverse the direction of the circles. Come back to center. Open your arms out to the side. Bring your legs into a 90-90 degree position. And twist your legs over to the right as you turn your head slowly and gently to the left. If you need to use a pillow or a block between your knees, feel free to do that. Just relax here in this nice easy twist. Breathing gently, softly, slowly. And squeeze your knees together and twist all the way over to the left. Turning your head to the right. And again, relax here. And squeeze your knees together. Come on up. Float your arms up and your legs up for dead bug pose. You want your shoulders to be, the back of your shoulders to be on the floor, not pulled up, but resting down. Relax your low back. And find that place where you can just float your hands and your feet. Feel your body becoming heavy. Then you could either stay still or you could move your feet, your ankles, your hands, your wrists. You could move them in all different ways, circling, pointing and flexing, inverting and everting. Then bend your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug. We'll just stretch out for a short savasana. Remembering it's always important to take time to relax and release and let go. And savasana is a complete surrender. So I'm just going to stay here with you for a few more breaths. You're welcome to stay longer if you like. Make any little micro adjustments that can help you to be completely comfortable. And feel free to stay here a little bit longer, or you can come up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for joining me today for this practice. I hope that it helped you to feel energized and alive, and yet at the same time calm and peaceful. So the more you practice, the more consistent you are, the more benefits, the more growth you'll see. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to hear from you, so if you could leave a comment below, like this video, share it with a friend, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.